Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming back my good friend, Amanda Gonzales, who you know I've had on quite a number of times. I'm having her back on today. We're going to talk about a recap of Monsterpalooza, Pasadena 2019. I ran into her last Sunday there, and we got to talk for a few minutes. She introduced me to her family. They were all pretty cool. But that was it, though. But I'm going to talk about my whole weekend there, and she's going to tell me about her Sunday there. And it's going to be pretty fucking cool. Amanda is a lot of fun, really cool. She's just as nerdy as I am. That's why we get along so well. And I can't wait to have her back on. So yeah, here is my new interview with Amanda Gonzales. What's up, Amanda?
Hey, Tommy. Sorry about the delay. I'm celebrating my birthday, so I am a bit intoxicated.
Oh, I used to be that way myself, so I understand. Oh, my God.
Oh, right on.
Oh, my God. My 30th birthday, I got so fucked up the night of my party, I don't remember getting home at all. And
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all. And my mom told me, because I woke up in my bed and there was vomit all over me. What happened was, apparently I came home in a cab, and my mom had to pay the cab driver and then get me in the house. And I fell. I got up, and then I took a piss, and then next thing I know, I fell back into the bathtub with pee all over me.
Oh, no. Oh my God!
And I was reciting that comedy bit Jim Brewer does when he's doing the parody of AC/DC's Thunderstruck, where he's incorporating the hokey pokey. He's like, the hokey pokey.
Man, that's a reference I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed, and I had a hangover that lasted 3 days after that.
Oh no! How far are you outside of that 30th birthday?
I'm going to be 36 in June.
Oh, that's cute. I'll be 41 on Saturday.
Nice. So you're a 420 baby.
I am a 420 baby. That's right.
Wow. I was talking with a guest earlier about 420, and she was not aware about the marijuana thing. I told her, that's Hitler's birthday, so I don't know why marijuana has to be celebrated on 420.
It is fascinating. I will say I didn't start smoking until I was 27.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was in high school, pagers were at the height of their popularity back in the mid-90s and stuff. So to me, my call tag whenever I paged somebody would be 420. And then one day I got corrected that, oh, you got weed? And I was like, no, that's my birthday. What are you talking about? I had no idea. It is a rather, I will say, unfortunate day for recognition because you got the Hitler thing, and then you got, the Columbine thing. So not so joyous an occasion on 420 to celebrate.
I have a Columbine joke in my stand-up act that my mom hates.
I would imagine that she does.
It's so damn funny, but it's so fucking true. I said, I taught my nephew the C word, Columbine.
Oh, no.
And I'm still bitter about that event. Those two jerks stole my idea.
Oh, no. That's horrible.
It's true. Everyone thought I was going to be a serial killer when I grew up.
Oh, #aspirations, right?
Oh my God, that's great. I should incorporate that into the joke too. #aspirations.
I mean, everything's about hashtags these days, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's brilliant. Oh my God. So
I have to say it was a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh in person.
Yes. It was.
I'm so sorry. Please please apologize to your mom that I wasn't able to make it over to say hi to her. It was like pandemonium with, my kiddos and whatnot. But, yeah.
She was too. While we were talking, she was unleashing her inner lesbian on Vivica A. Fox. She's just like obsessed with her.
Oh, I dig it. My mom happens to be a lesbian, so probably would have been the same thing.
Well, my mom's not really a lesbian. I was just, being ironic.
Oh, there you go. My mom actually is a lesbian, so.
Welly, what did your dad do to her?
I know, traumatized her, apparently.
Was she into girls before having you?
Well, I will say that I was born in 78, and back in the 70s, it wasn't always so kosher or cool to kind of come out and be gay and lesbian and everything. Not the way it is now, and probably because I'm intoxicated, I'm going to be super candid right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you got like lesbian couples walking around now and holding hands, and I find that I smile because I can recall my own mother being suppressed and not having that same privilege. And I get a lot of dirty looks and scorn in return. And you know what? Being a lesbian and being gay in Southern California, you kind of got to get over yourself. You are not so oppressed here in your local surroundings. So
yeah. But does she at least
controversial too, Tommy?
My pleasure. Does she at least like being around guys and stuff?
I mean, she doesn't discriminate. There is discrimination. It goes both ways. Both, from the standard quote unquote normal person and the LGBT community that I was raised in. She doesn't mind it. Like, she has grandsons and stuff, and everything is fine. But she just likes the ladies, and she's married to a lady now. I'm sorry, she's not a lady. She's married to a woman.
That's awesome, though. God bless them. That's awesome.
Absolutely, and thank you so much.
So, I was there all 3 days, as you know, and
so lucky.
You know what? It has grown in popularity since the first time I got there 3 years ago when they first had it there in Pasadena, and it makes me somewhat a little uncomfortable because I liked it, when it was just, at a minimal popularity, because the first time I ever went there was a Sunday, and the only line that was long was Linda Blair's line. Everyone else's was not, and I missed that.
Right, there was a time when you could walk up and buy tickets and then just kind of walk right in.
Mm-hmm.
And, the horror genre is so popular and trendy these days that it's kind of hard to attend any events anymore.
Oh, God, it's just insane. I mean, it happened with the blink of an eye, but when I just got into it, I mean, it just It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, God, are the mainstream really accepting horror now? I'm like, I loved it when it was just an underground thing.
Right, when it was kind of fringe and everything, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you stood in line for Paul Rubens for 2.5 hours. I very closely approached the 2.5 hour mark.
Really?
Yes. It was insane. And then unfortunately, they kind of rushed us through the process, and it ended up being like 30 seconds to a minute with him instead of the time that I know he likes to take with his fans.
Yeah.
So the handlers sometimes are the problem and not so much the talents and celebrities. Big
time, yes. It's gotten to the point now where the handlers are treating fans like, like the fans are like customers in a retail store, and they're the associates, and they're like, can I help you? Like, you're shoplifting or something.
Exactly. Totally uncalled for.
I know. And last year, Paul Rubens did a convention in the Midwest where it was one of those photo op conventions, and you couldn't take pictures of him, while he was signing, or take pictures, with the video camera or what have you. And they told the guy not to do that, and I think he grabbed Paul Rubens by the shirt or something and said, "Hey, look, asshole, it goes with the territory," or something like that.
You know, kind of like the whole nickel and diming thing is sort of a turnoff.
Yeah.
And I have a piece. I don't know if you got to see my Oogie Boogie piece. It's a Disney Big Stick. It's one of only 300 made.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely limited edition. As he signed it, I did take a picture. We paid $120, $60 for the autograph and $60 for the photo.
Yep.
But the thing is that these days, in order to resell in the future, you have to have provenance to go with your piece. So, like, you have to have a photo of them signing it or a certificate of authenticity. Not that I ever plan on selling that piece, but you can bet I did take a fucking picture of him signing it. It's Paul Rubens. And if I'm paying $120, I'm going to take all the pictures I want.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there's a con that I went to last summer. I won't go to it again because I've been to the venue twice, and the venue is really rough on my legs because I got metal in my leg, you know.
Right.
It's the Stockton Comic Con at the Stockton Arena, and they have autograph authentication there if you want it. And that was the first time I had ever heard of it. I was like, what's that, you know? And now that you told me that, I was like, oh, it's just an excuse for eBayers to get rich.
You know, yeah. But I first, besides like horror cons and standard like maybe comic conventions, I also attend a lot of sports conventions and signings, etc. And so that's where I first became turned on to certificate of authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it just sometimes it helps when you want to resell stuff. And you don't always want to resell what you've had signed and everything, but, you know, hey, hard times happen. So sometimes you got to sell what you've purchased. But I recently learned about that and the provenance and whatnot. So, you know, you're not going to stop me from taking a picture of them signing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's just where I come from. I'm not trying to steal a picture.
Right.
But it's so like, I don't know, I don't want to use the word grimy, but you know who else I ran into was Keith Coogan. And Keith Coogan, by far, has been one of my greatest celeb/signing convention encounters ever. For like $30, he took maybe 10 pictures. He also had the backdrop for Adventures in Babysitting, you know, when they're climbing up the side of the building. Like, he had that backdrop.
Nice.
I got a signed plate that said, "The dishes are done, man." And I got, what else did I get? A signed 8x10 and a magnet for $30 from Keith Coogan. That's the experience that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Not like cheap, but like, give me something more than just, oh, hi, and then gone.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Did you, when you met Keith Coogan, did you meet his wife? Was she there?
He did have a lady who kind of was lingering about. Perhaps that was her.
I'm guessing it is because I reached out to Keith a couple of times for an interview, and I never heard back from him, and this is his email. And I even messaged him on Facebook asking, and I never heard back. And then I messaged his wife, and his wife was kind of cunty to me. And let me tell you something. I've had to deal with the wives of a lot of my male guests, and they are so nice, so into their husband's career, so helpful, but she was not.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And, you know, cunty behavior is just not appreciated. I'm just saying.
No.
So, but what were some of the, I really, even though I only attended the one day, the Sunday, I have to say, even though taking turns waiting for Paul Rubens 2+ hours, I kind of did have a good time.
Yeah.
I did have a good time. Met him. Kane Hodder had a great experience with my eldest. My eldest is about to be 21. And we bought a shirt from Ricky Dean Logan at last Monsterpalooza, or 2 Monsterpaloozas ago.
Right.
So my eldest has a shirt that says, "You're fucked." Like the mask in Freddy's Dead. So after to Danielle Harris. And when she's done, I don't know what he says, what the exchange was, but he turns him around and shows off the shirt that says, "I'm fucked." And let me tell you, my kid was over the moon excited about it.
Nice.
It was like a cool situation. Like, I don't know. It's fun to be able to share that stuff with your kids, you know?
Of course, of course.
Oh, as your mom is aware, that's why your mom went to Monsterpalooza with you.
Yeah. And, my mom's not into horror at all, but she likes seeing people be creative, no matter what it is. And she had a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, she had a lot of fun talking to creative people and stuff, right? And she got to talk to people. I'll tell you something. She's a typical mother. She's Italian, and she just likes to embarrass me. I'll tell you. And when I was in line waiting for Pee-wee, there was this cute girl that was ahead of me. She struck up a conversation with her, and as soon as my mom was gone, I said to her, "I am so sorry. My mom has permanent Care Bear DNA in her."
That's right. It never goes away. I tell my kids, I still watch you at night to make sure you're breathing. It happens. It does. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I told her, I said, "I'm surprised she didn't ask you what your favorite color is."
Maybe she did outside of your presence.
Yeah.
No, but it is. It's awesome. Like I said, my oldest is about to be 21, and so like a surreal kind of, because even though you guys get older, you're still our babies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. Oh, and I have to compliment my friend Robert that was with me when you came and met up with us, was complimenting your house T-shirt. That was a stellar T-shirt, boo.
Oh, thank you so much. I got a lot of compliments on that shirt that day because House is one of those, forgotten 80s horror movies. Like my mom and I were at Starbucks earlier that morning, and some woman, she had to have been early 40s. She was like, "Oh my God, that was my favorite movie back in the late 80s." And I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I see you got that on, and you got those pins. Where you going?" I said, "Monsterpalooza over here in Pasadena." She's like, "Oh God, I wish I wasn't going to work now. I'd so go. That's a really cool shirt." And I said, "Thank you."
Oh, I bet. Hell, I'm in my early 40s, and I love that shirt. It was killer. And you know what? There are some movies that are criminally underappreciated.
Yes.
Like Tom Atkins really brought about the Night of the Creeps love, and everybody loves Tom Atkins these days. But I can remember 10 years ago when nobody knew about Night of the Creeps and talking about Tom Atkins and stuff like that. So, and next time you're in town, you should go over to Arcadia with your fancy shirt there, because that's where the house is.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back for a few months starting in August because I'm trying to get stuff done up there. Sell my script, get stage time, and stuff like that. I'll definitely check it out. And it was funny. Last year, I wanted to go to Monsterpalooza last year. My friend flaked on me, and I was going to get my house poster signed by Mindy Sterling, even though she was only on screen for 10 seconds.
Oh, let me tell you, at last year's Monsterpalooza, William Catt and George Wendt were also there.
No, that was 2 years ago because I was there.
Really? Oh, then I must be thinking of the Dark signing, because they were at a signing at Dark last year.
Yeah, last year they were at Dark Delicacies. I saw that post. Yeah.
And I actually I didn't have them sign at Monsterpalooza because I was like, well, I can have them kind of sign for free at Dark Del.
Yeah.
Like Dark Delicacies, you just pay for the movie or whatever it is, merchandise, and then whoever it is signs it. And it's really kind of magic, and it's spectacular, and I don't know, maybe I'm just biased because I love Del.
Yeah, I went to Dark Delicacies on Saturday night. I met Jim Wynorski for the first time in person.
Oh, hell yes, Chopping Mall.
Yes, I got a Killbot picture signed by him. I met whatchamacallit again, Harry Manfredini again. He signed my Friday the 13th poster. Thank God I had it.
Right on.
I met Betsy Baker again. She was on the podcast back in October, and I had met her at Sinister Creature Con like the week before, and she was so sweet to me. She signed my poster. She signed a copy of the book about the Evil Dead that she was pushing, and
right.
That was cool. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you check on Dell's racks and stuff, he may still have the limited edition created for Dark Delicacies Evil Dead T-shirt.
Huh. Yeah,
I know because my buddy has that one, and the artwork that's on it was created for the Dark Delicacies signing.
Wow, this was the first convention weekend that I did not buy a T-shirt because all the good ones were taken by the time I got to them.
Oh, right. I have to say, I know Diane Franklin has been a guest on your show before, and I was very sorry to miss her at Dark Delicacies just recently with the Amityville movie that she was signing for, because I am an aficionado of the Amityville franchise. It's one of my absolute favorites, and it sucks to kind of miss her because also Better Off Dead.
Diane's been on the podcast about 5 times now, and I wanted to go over there on that Tuesday night, but my mom, she had to work that whole day, and we couldn't leave until Wednesday to go to LA, and I was pretty devastated about that. However, on Saturday night, when I was at Dark Delicacies, I saw a TerrorVision 3D poster that I bought for $50.
Sweet. Dell and Sue have the most reasonably priced posters, signed merchandise, books, and everything.
Right.
That you could hope for. And I will say, and I will speak up, that even though I'm not on the Nerd Report podcast anymore, we have the distinction of having conducted the first live podcast at all from Dark Delicacies. We interviewed Dell for about an hour and a half.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
It is, and I'm that's like the crown jewel of my achievements as far as podcasting is concerned. And I do have something else that I'm working on right now, but, Dell and Sue or something else, and hashtag brick and mortar. I'm all about my small business owners.
As you should be, yeah. I hope when I get out there, we can hang out and stuff, because we'd have a good time.
Oh, most definitely. I'm happy to show you around and show you some of the kind of niche places also. Mm-hmm. So because, of course, Dell is moving, and the Monster Crawl there in Magnolia Park is not quite what it used to be, but still also is very entertaining and fun. And, you got Halloween Town open all year long. Ooh, excuse me. I've been drinking, so I'm going to have to burp.
But one place I wanted to...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one place I wanted to go to that we didn't get to go to was Eddie Brandt's Saturday Matinee.
Oh. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, when you visit different places, you have to do a process of elimination of how high is this on my list of priorities of things that I want to do? Mm-hmm. And you have to kind of pick and choose sometimes. So, but I'm really glad that you got to be out here for 3 days. And like I said, I was so happy to finally meet you. We have our cute little pictures together.
Yeah, those were pretty cute pictures. There's that one. I wish I had looked into the camera better, but other than that, it was cute.
Totally, and I was glad I finally remembered because I was doing 5 different things at once. So, no, wait, we have to get a picture together. And I have to say, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me on. This is our 3rd time chatting.
Actually, it's 4th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Too much weed. I smoke too much weed.
Oh my God, I got real quickly. I got jokes for you.
Go. I love it. Go.
Okay. Easter is Sunday, so here's one. Why does the Easter Bunny hide his eggs?
Why?
He doesn't want anyone to see how tiny his dick is.
Nice. That's true. Perspective and whatnot.
And here's one I'm telling for the third time today. How do you make your wife scream twice?
How?
Suck her up the ass and then wipe your dick on the curtain.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's true though. Like at first I was horrified and I was like, no, that's true.
Oh my God. I hope Son of Monsterpalooza is going to have some good yes as well this year.
I certainly hope so. My first Monsterpalooza event was the Son of Monsterpalooza, and it's at a smaller, like a Burbank convention kind of over by the airport.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that venue.
My speed.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that venue, but you know, if I'm down there, you know, of course, I'll check it out. Of course, I'll go again.
Right.
You know, I was just wondering though who I think is going to be there for it and stuff. They need to book more Phantasm people.
Thank you, Phantasm 420. Thank you. I mean, I'm at the point where I've met Coscarelli like 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
and I have signed Phantasm stuff. But honestly, I think I'm proudest of mine. I have a Masters of Horror poster signed by Coscarelli, and I just recently messaged Nick Garris, and he said he's happy to sign it anytime. You know, asterisk here, Nick Garris, little kind of horror trivia, does not charge for his autograph, and he said he never will. And he's a prince among men. He's really one of my absolute favorite directors and writers, and I'm so privileged to have met him like 5 times.
I'm waiting for him to come on the podcast. He said back in December, September, he said he would, and he said after the New Year's, but I'd never heard back from him and stuff. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I will.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. He really is just a spectacular company and so wonderful to just kind of communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Garris was a man of the people and never really, I don't know, he didn't get outside of himself and just really is about the fans. So he really is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for coming on again.
My pleasure.
And we'll do this again soon before I go on hiatus, you know, for when I, you know, go out to LA again and stuff.
Most definitely, and I do hope that we will have lunch or dinner or something.
That would be so awesome.
Especially considering Ronnie Angel is my roommate now.
Oh, awesome! I'm glad. You know, I saw that he was having some living situation problems on Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, we've cleared that up.
That's good. That's good. I'm so happy for you too.
Thank you, and likewise. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, Tommy.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. You have yourself a good night, and don't get too fucked up.
I will do my best, but it is my birthday, so you know.
Happy birthday and happy Easter.
Thank you, and likewise, doll.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Amanda Gonzales. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Amanda. I love talking to you. You're awesome. And I got a new friend in LA. I'm a lucky guy. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.